Episode 26, The Cure for Holiday Stress. Welcome to Reviving Your Soul, where Christians are finding the courage to embrace their faith in all aspects of their lives so they can stop being bored or overwhelmed and begin to live the life in fulfillment and in peace that God created them for. I'm your host, Vanna Johnson. Let's get started. Every year it seems Christmas gets a little earlier. Have you ever noticed that? It's called Christmas creep, and it's a real thing. Way before Halloween even, the aisles of our favorite stores fill up with the essentials we need to create that perfect Christmas. Depending on their specialties, we can purchase the ideal Christmas tree with all the trimmings. We can buy gifts and cards, confections, clothing, you name it, and it's out there somewhere to be found. In fact, if you've been paying attention, you've already heard Christmas Carol or two, and you've seen a Christmas commercial on TV, if not 2 or 3. What happened to Thanksgiving, you ask? I've wondered the same thing for years. It used to make me angry how commercialized Christmas had become. It seems like the stores started earlier and earlier every year, and for some reason, the longer the Christmas season has become, the more stress that seems to come with it. It's just the way it is. To tie into my theme of the storms in life, this is one that is a seasonal storm that we know is coming every year, but is the one that we allow to happen by choice. We can totally prevent it by making the right choices, but we rarely ever do. If you are ready to take back Christmas and create a peaceful, meaningful season the way I believe God created it to be, settle in and take in a few suggestions that I have in the rest of this podcast. My mind is bursting with ideas on how to make all that happen. But today, I just want to offer a few simple life hacks to eliminate some of the stress over the holidays. You see, the reason we are all so stressed out is that we overextend ourselves, we overspend, and we overindulge throughout the holiday season. My purpose today is to help you reduce this overdoing in all of those areas. The first step in overcoming these 3 problems is to take stock in what you really want your preparations to and your Christmas to look like, to truly visualize what it is you want, and also what you don't want your holidays to look like. Now, this is going to take a little bit of quiet time. You really need to shut everything down and really think about this. Too often we fall into this trap of doing because we think that others expect us to do something a certain way, or because that's the way it's always been done. It may not be the way we want it, but we just keep doing the same thing over and over, a lot like a lot of things in life. So my hope is to encourage you to enrich your Christmas and eliminate the stress that comes with this Christmas creep. My first life hack today is to encourage you to plan your time. I've developed a tool to help with just that. My Enrich Your Christmas Blueprint helps you sit down, decide what you want to accomplish, develop lists to help you accomplish these things, and then schedule the things you want and need to do on the calendar to ensure that you get them done. My best tip is to keep you from overextending yourself, and to do that, you use a to-do list and you put it in the order of your priorities. So when you run out of time, the things that don't get done are the ones that mean the least to you. The reality is that with all the things to do during the holidays, you are going to run out of time if you do all your regular duties too. So you need to eliminate some of those things, or you kind of need to double up. There are suggestions for this in the blueprint and the corresponding video that I've created to help you get organized and stay on task through the holiday season. The next area we typically overdo is in our spending. Sadly, 62% of Americans plan to take money out of or forgo savings, or place debt on credit cards, or borrow money from friends to help ends meet this Christmas. I've never thought about borrowing money from friends for Christmas. Something to think about, I guess. Really, though, I don't know about you, but I've already received a notice from my credit card company letting me know that I can just skip a payment this season if I'd like to be able to spend more money on Christmas. Let's be honest here. Satan would love nothing more than for us to have to spend beyond our means so that we can ruin the one reason that everybody throughout the world celebrates, even if it's in different traditions. The commercial side of Christmas wants us to believe that spending is the best way to show someone how much we love them. When we think about it, we know this is not true. So what if, instead of stressing out over that perfect gift, we made something or purchased something for that special person that we could do together, essentially by giving your presence instead of a present? I think of families where the parent or parents are working 2 and 3 jobs to meet monthly expenses and then are going into debt to buy that perfect gift that everyone wants this year. What if instead we stop this madness? Instead of falling into this trap, we scale down our spending to what we really could afford without going into debt, and then spent the time with our children or grandchildren and loved ones instead of spending the time working to pay for a gift we really couldn't afford. I sometimes think that even though that initial disappointment of not getting the gift that that child wanted, if we took the time and sat down and explained to them what the circumstances are and why it's important to scale back and live within our means, I think that eventually they would understand, for one, and for two, we would be setting the stage so that they would get out of this cycle of overspending. The gift of financial integrity and creating the boundaries would serve them so much better and so much longer. It really could be a legacy that could change the course for generations to come. Speaking of boundaries, that leads me to my last life hack. Overindulging in food and drink is the best way to ruin the perfect holiday. My third life hack is to consciously eat, drink, and be healthy. What? Healthy? Yes. Truly, we can eat all the things we love without completely going off the tracks over the holidays. The problem is most of us veer off for a day or two, and then we completely give up all of our healthy habits, and then we get into this spiral where we just end up miserable and sick by the time the new year rolls around, and we can barely fit into our jeans anymore, right? My advice is to have that glass of wine, but savor it. Don't guzzle the whole bottle. Drink a glass of water between a glass of wine or whatever your favorite beverage is. Eat that piece of pecan pie, but maybe just have a sliver instead of a whole quarter of the pie. Again, the key is to savor every bite without guilt. Yes, that's actually the best advice I can give about eating and drinking through the holidays. Enjoy your favorite treats in moderation and without guilt. Truly, the shame we heap on ourselves for enjoying life creates more problems than the actual thing that we're indulging in. There are other suggestions to stay healthy too, but the key is to remember that making healthy decisions will also help you make better decisions in other areas too. Truly, the ability to make better decisions will help you stop overextending, overspending, and overindulging. So the bottom line is, there really is a cure for Christmas or holiday stress. It doesn't come in a magic pill, but with a little planning, preparing, and conscious decision-making, you can have a much richer Christmas experience that will last throughout the season and into the new year. So be sure to determine what you really want for the holiday season to look like, and then plan accordingly. Make lists of who you plan to buy gifts for and how much you plan to spend. Determine your budget and stick to it. Do not go over that set amount. Just be present and explain why you can't afford to purchase a certain item if you need to. Save up and buy it later if that's what is really important. Enjoy the foods you love for the holidays. Just do so in moderation and do so with a grateful attitude. Do not allow judgment to enter into the equation, and filter in some of those foods that nourish you and can keep you healthy so you don't end up getting sick at the same time. We have all heard the saying that Jesus is the reason for the season. It's such a simple saying, but it's so true. Heck, his name is in the name of the holiday, for heaven's sakes. He is the cure for Christmas stress. Truly, if you seek him first, another favorite of mine this season, wise men still seek him. Truly, if we seek him first and step away from all the commercialization of the season and simply focus on the true meaning of Christmas and celebrate in love, we will have found the the true cure for holiday stress. If you take time for this guidance, wisdom, yeah, even presence, He will fill you with the courage to have the necessary conversations to let go of the need to show your loved ones how much you care through spending on presents, and spend money instead on your presents. There are lots of ideas on how to have a richer, more meaningful Christmas through my free Enrich Your Christmas blueprint. And if you're looking for a little more guidance, you can purchase my Enrich Your Christmas video package that has a short half-hour video. You also get to access my Enrich Your Christmas community on Facebook, where I share devotions and recipes and other tips on how to enjoy a relaxing, healthy Christmas. So hop on over and download your free PDF right now while you're thinking of it. You can find it on a link in my Facebook page or on a link at my website at vannajohnson.com. It's just on the upper right-hand corner of the first page there. Truly, it can revive your soul if you stop the rat race and step into a hassle-free way to enjoy the holidays. One designed by you and for you and your loved ones. If you know of someone who might benefit from this episode, who has a tendency to overdo during the holidays, please share it with them. And don't forget to download your Enrich Your Christmas blueprint today and share it with your friends if you know of someone who would benefit from it. Thank you so much for listening. I know how valuable your time is, but if you plan and prepare for a peaceful, meaningful, relaxing Christmas, this really could be your best Christmas. Thanks again, and have an amazing day.